Hey guys, it's Tori from Calypso Creative Planning, and I am back with a new tutorial video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to use digital papers. So I created this journal spread showing you a few different techniques of how I use some of my new Boho Fall Harvest digital papers. So we're going to head into Procreate and GoodNotes and just have some fun. Okay. Stay tuned. Okay, so first off, this is not a big thing. It's a weird me thing, but I'm going to apologize for my chipped nail polish. I'm behind schedule. I'm actually recording this video like right before it's supposed to hit YouTube and the blog, and I did my nails earlier in the week to match my new October collection. And then somehow this morning I've chipped this nail and it's bugging the shit out of me. So I'm just going to put it out there. I'm sorry. Ignore it. I see it. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Okay, just ignore it. We're going to dig into digital papers. So if you're not familiar with digital papers, I'm going to show you. This is my Boho Fall Harvest bundle of papers. And it's in the shop now. You can get it on Etsy or on my blog. And I've gotten some questions about how to use digital papers. Like, what do you do? Is it just for scrapbooking? Like, what's the purpose of them? Like, what do you do with digital papers? So I created this journal spread. If you hear weird whimpering, it's because my dog is trying to get her duck out of her bed. She's weird. I'll probably have to pick her up. But, okay, so I created this journal spread to give, like, some examples of just a few ways that you can use digital papers. And I will show you like how I created these. Some of these actually like, okay, so most of these I did just straight up in GoodNotes. But you can use anything. So here's one thing I used. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Okay, so that's this one. I used this paper here and just pulled it straight into GoodNotes and cropped it down to create this little border here. So I'm going to show you that one first. And I guess I'll just like go through each of these things and just show you ideas, like ways that you can do this. So I'm going to say, let's do, since this is, I'm just going to use the same template. So this is how this template started out. And one way you can use digital papers, I'm just pulling straight from my Dropbox, is like you can obviously do anything about like rotating it. But I wanted this little border, you know, for my little headers here. Let's look at that again. So I created these little headers and I paired them with stickers and fonts. So this is a solid color sticker from my Boho Fall Harvest book and just layered that up. So for this, let's zoom out a little bit. All right, so I just using the image tool, tap, hit crop, and then I'm just gonna crop it down to like a little edge right there. And I wanted it like, if I keep it, you know, if I were to like stretch this out, then it's gonna get like really big. So what I actually ended up doing for this one, okay, let's move out the way, is I got it down to probably like about half of this. And it's a seamless repeat, so that's not half. Okay, let's go a little bit more. So with the seamless repeat, you can put them side by side and it'll like continue the look. So I'm just gonna turn on image. I'm going to say copy. And I am going to do paste. And then it doesn't have to be exact as much as my perfectionist self might want it to be. I'm going to resize this just a little bit. So there you go. Now I have this cute little border. And then if I go to Boho Fall Harvest, and I'm just going to grab, one of these. Okay. I'm going to grab this. And, oh, well, let's move this down here. Now I can create like this little header box here. And because I'm a perfectionist, I want to line it up with the grid, because what other way is there? That's just me. That's just me. Okay, but this is a fun way to create your own little headers for your pages. And it's simple, it's easy, it's just pulling the paper in. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. Okay, next, let's look at this. Okay, so this is a piece here, this guy. And what I did for that one is, let's get our Dropbox back. I took, is it this one? It doesn't really matter, the exact one. Okay, so this one. And inside GoodNotes, without going anywhere else, I just did crop and then turn on freehand, and then you can just kind of like scribble so it looks like, you know, like torn paper. And then just go around the edges and say done. And now you've got like this cool little torn paper look. I mean, how simple is that? And then you can layer it up with other stickers. So for this one, this is another one of these papers. And I did that same technique of the freehand crop. And I did, let's see, that was this one. I'm going to pull that in. Tab to, okay, come on, tab. Crop. I'm in freehand. And I just did like a little scribble at the top, down, and a little scribble at the bottom. And so now you get this, the torn look at the top and the bottom, and then the flat edges here. And then I just layered it up with some other stickers like this. These are also from the Boho Fall Harvest. And this look is just layered up with a little push pin. And this is from that sticker book. This is from that sticker book. And this font is in my shop. It's Ashland. That's what that font is. But so like, it's just really simple to get these little torn paper looks. And I did the same thing here with this one. And it's just so simple because you don't have to like, you don't have to get super specific. You can go, another way that you can do this is if you're in Procreate, you can take one of these. I'm just going to drag it into Procreate. And if you have like an eraser brush that might be fun to use, like I have this one that's like a torn paper look. Let's see who else. I think I have another one. This is from Jenny Collins. And then I know I have another one. I've got so many. So I'm just gonna take this one. So this is a torn paper look brush. And I can just like erase. And, you know, you can take out like a bunch of it. You can do that same sort of thing with freehand and just, you know, scribble it out. On a 3-finger swipe, and I'm going to say cut. So like here's this. Now if you wanted to do like a shadow effect, so obviously if I turn my background off, you can see that it's like, it's transparent over here. So let's say you want that torn paper look, but you want like a shadow effect. Okay, so I'm going to create another layer, put it below this one. I'm going to set my color to black. I think that's black, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to tap this layer and say select, and then tap this layer and say fill layer. So it's only going to fill where this paper was. And then if I go to Gaussian blur, I can drag across and get like a little blur. I'm going to move it over just a little bit. Turn off magnetics. But if I move it over just a little, well, damn it, maybe keep that on. All right, I'm going to tap over. Okay, you see how it's peeking out, right? And then Gaussian blur. All right, now you can see it start to blur a little bit. And you can also reduce the opacity, so it's just like, it's a little bit softer. So now you have like this little shadowed effect. And if I turn off the background, I can go to share, PNG, copy, and then I'm going to go back to GoodNotes, press and hold, paste, and now I've got this sticker with this little shadow effect. So I mean, that's another fun, oh look, I got a piece. Let's crop that out. We're going to get around that. There you go. I had a little piece down there. It's kind of annoying. Pull that in more. Okay, so now I've got like this fun little shadow. So you can see that, you know, you get this same effect as if you were doing it in GoodNotes, like I did here, but in this one I added a shadow. So it's just like the look that you want. But those are some fun ways that you can do things with them. You can also do, let's see, well, I guess we're just going to keep him over here because that's just fun. We're just going to, okay, let's pull in this one. You can also create like your own sort of stickers from the patterns. So if you wanted to do like crop and then freehand crop, and then you could just come in and just do part of it. Oh, I tapped. And say done. So now you've got like a whole different sticker going on. You know, like that's one way that you could do it. And you can always go back in and crop some more and if you don't want, you know, all of that. But these are just a couple different, well, I guess more than a couple, but these are just some different ways that you can use digital papers and get different looks. So if I were to do, let's pull in another one. And now if you can keep these on like your camera roll or anywhere, but I keep mine on Dropbox. I don't know why it's being slow right now. All right, let's say crop. And you could do, we'll do freehand. You could do like, you know, like any kind of pattern. So now this is really fun to just layer up with, let's see, let's go to this. We're gonna pull in, this one. And then pull in this guy. You know, and get like different looks, different things. You could do, let's pull in this one. You could create different little headers, different little washi pieces, anything like that. So let's say crop. Let's say I want like, you know, like a, I don't know what that's supposed to be. That's kind of lame. What about that little type of look? That's a terrible example, but you know, you could do this in Procreate too. That helps if you want like straight lines, but then you could create little headers or little pieces. But those are just some fun ways that you can use digital papers, different little techniques. If you're in, let's go back to Procreate, and let's say I'm just gonna do just a square canvas here, and I'm gonna do ellipse, and if you press, it goes to a circle, yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna fill that in, and then I'm gonna center it. I don't know why that's a big deal. Oh, come on, what is that? Little shadow. Okay, there we go. So let's finish the selection. That's what I did wrong. Okay, and then pull in this guy. And then I can tap this layer because it's above and say clipping mask. And there you go. So if you create like a shape or something, then you can do clipping mask and you've got your little pattern. Now, because these are seamless, another thing you can do, I'm going to group those and turn them off. Let's say you really like this pattern and you want to use it for something, but you want the little pumpkins on it to be smaller. So because it's seamless, you can do that, okay? So I've pulled this in and I want it to be smaller, so I'm going to duplicate, and always duplicate the original because like the quality goes down just a tiny bit if you like duplicate a duplicate. Okay, so now I've got 4 of these, and I'm going to pick the top one. We're going to start from the top. I've got uniform on and I've got snapping on. Okay, so this is our top one. I'm going to grab it and snap it here. I'm going to take the next one and snap it there. Take the next one and snap it there. Take the next one and snap it there. So now I've got a smaller pattern. I can pinch those and combine them all into one thing. If I wanted to copy this guy, let's put it down, but stop it. Okay, I can do that same technique and say clipping mask, and now I've got a different pattern. So you can also take this guy and adjust it a little bit, like if you wanted it to fit even smaller, or, you know, tilt it or something, as long as you're staying within, you know, your boundaries. Now, anything outside your canvas, when you let go, it's clipped and it's done. You can't get it back unless you undo. So once it's outside those boundaries, it's gone. So keep that in mind. But so this is just like another way that you can use them. And like I said, these are seamless, so you can do that. I mean, you can do it with any of these. So I'm gonna group those so I can turn that off too. And let's just take this one. So that's how, like, if you have a pattern that you like, but you want it like even smaller and you need more room for what you're working on, I'll just go through this process again. So I'm duplicating it. So I have 4 copies. I'm gonna go to the top one, and you can turn off these other layers if that gets confusing for you. But see how it snaps to those? I'm gonna turn this one on. There you go. Turn this one on. Snap it there. Turn the last one on and snap it here. So now you can see, I'm gonna pinch those. Now you can see we've got that pattern and it's just smaller now, right? So yeah, so that's, you know, it's a fun way to do, you know, make your pattern smaller. Okay, what else did I want to show you guys? Okay, this guy, this where it says hello fall. Actually, you can get this in my Facebook group, this sticker. I made this in Procreate and I've shared it in my Facebook group. So if you want it for free without recreating it, go to my Facebook group and you can grab that. It's a freebie. But I made this in Procreate, and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so, all right, I'm trying to memorize the patterns. Not that it super matters, but okay, we're going to stay in the same thing. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say add text, and I'm just going to say hello, and I'm going to pick out a font. Let's see, I'm trying to remember what font I used for that one. I think, this is it, Timberly. Okay, and you can adjust this to be, you know, whatever size that you want. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do another font that says fall. And I'm in all black, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to use a pattern to change it, to go over it. So it doesn't really matter what color you use. Let's see, what did I do? Impact, that's what I did. So I did impact, and then I hit this button to toggle on all caps. Okay, so now let's turn off magnetics for a minute. I mean, that looks about right. I'm gonna select both of those, turn on magnetics, just to put it in the center because why not? Okay, now I'm going to make sure hello is on top of fall. All right, so for hello, I'm going to use this pattern. So I'm going to drag that in there. Okay, and I'm going to say it's on top of hello, so I'm going to say clipping mask. And I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller, right up to, you know, close to the edges. And you can also turn on freeform and squish it a little bit if you wanted like a tighter line. You could do that, or you could like duplicate it to make it a smaller pattern. Either way, those are just some different things. All right, and now I'm going to tap fall, so when I drag in the next one, it's going to go on top of that layer. And I'm going to do this one. Okay, there we go. I don't know why there's that delay, but all right, so I'm going to say clipping mask. I'm going to do that same thing. I'm just going to pull it in so it's a little bit smaller. Boom. Now, you could stop here, and this is fine, but what I did next for this look is I added some shadow. So, like I said, you can stop here. It's perfectly fine. Just whatever look that you're wanting. But I wanted some shadow. So, the easiest way is kind of that technique that I showed you before. So, I'm going to duplicate hello. I'm going to take the bottom one, and I'm going to move it. Let's turn off snapping now. I'm going to move it just a little bit here. And I'm going to do fall. Actually, I could have done those at the same time and just select on both, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. So there's my shadows. And I'm going to go to Gaussian blur. And I'm going to go with, let's go with a 5. So I'll do this same one, Gaussian blur, take it to a 5. There we go. And if you want it to be lighter, you can see here when I put the Gaussian blur, it takes it away from being text and it's just like a raster image now. But like if you wanted it to be lighter, obviously you could go with a lighter color to begin with, or if you want to do like a glowing look, you could go with a brighter color. But you can also adjust the opacity so it's not so intense. I think that's what I'm going to do here. Adjust the opacity and just taking both of these down to 50%. And then there you go. If you want to bring it into Procreate, turn off your background, and you can either go to share as a PNG and copy, or you can do 3-finger swipe and do copy all. And then I'm going to come in here and press and hold, say paste, and there you go. Here's my sticker. I can crop down, you know, some of this. I don't need all of it. Don't want to mess up my shadow, so keep that in mind. But there you go. Now I have Hello Fall. Boom. Look at that. How fun is that? So this is a fun way to use digital papers. Now, I had someone ask on YouTube about a video that I did where I took my calendar stickers, like the numbers. Let's see if they are here. Okay, so like this is one of my calendar stickers. And okay, so you can use the same technique for that. So if I were to, oh, this is perfect for October. No, this is October. Okay. So you can use that same technique. So I'm going to copy that and go to Procreate. And we're just in the same one. So I'm just going to group all these and turn that off. And I'm going to 3-finger paste. So this is my numbers. Someone asked me about a video that I did where I showed changing the numbers for the calendar and putting in a pattern. It works the same way as what I've shown you here. So you could do, if I create another layer and let's say I want this pink color, I can fill this in and tap clipping mask. And now my numbers have changed to date my calendar pages with. So this is, I know this isn't really a digital paper thing, but I felt like it kind of went together so I can answer her question along with the other questions about digital papers. But it's that same technique of numbering your planner pages, the calendar pages, and changing it to match like whatever look you're going for. So you could even do, like I'm on this layer here, and I'm going to pick, let's just go to gouache, and I'm just going to pick this. I'm going to pick this color, and because I'm on this layer, I can come in here and do this and do something, you know, fun. You know, I could change different dates to be different things, you know. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. You can also do, like, let's say, I'm going to take this all the way up. And I'm just really just having fun with this. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, and then I can do that same thing and say clipping mask. And now I've got this other look. I can even use Gaussian blur and make them all like fade into each other. You know, so this is, you know, a fun way to do different things. So I thought that this would go really well with this whole Procreate little digital paper thing. Now these are just really weird. Let's go back to this. All right, and you can use the patterns for this too. So if I have, hey now, there you go. If I wanted to pull in this and say clipping mask, I'm gonna get out of the way. So you can see that I can also, if I wanted to make this smaller, duplicate. You know, it's that same sort of thing. There you go. Okay, so, you know, there's different things you can do here. You can play around with different things. So, digital papers, Procreate, clipping masks, all that good jazz. I hope all of that, you know, helps you. And I hope it sparks some ideas. This video is a little bit longer than I was expecting. But I'm going to go upload this now and then send out subscription releases because it's the 23rd. Isn't it the 23rd? Oh, what is that? No, quit. Yeah, it's the 23rd. Okay, so yeah, subscriptions are going out for the early access stuff. Also did, I'm going to send those out next. And also there's some new arrivals in the shop. There's a brand new fall themed sticker book that I cannot wait for you guys to see. This hit the shop today. So if you're feeling those, you know, pumpkin spice, fall vibes, definitely go check this out because it's so pretty. And there's even a planner that goes along with it. I did a new quarterly planner. So, actually I put out several quarterly planners today. Oh, look how cute that is. So, just go check it out. Good stuff in the shop, but the subscription is going out today, and here's a little sneak peek. Just, I'm not going to give you any more than this, but sneak peek. The October subscription, early access subscription is going out this morning. So, okay. All right. That's it. That was really weird. Okay. All right. That's all you're getting. You're not seeing any more of that. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. Bye guys. I'm going to upload this now so you can see it. And, yeah. Okay. Bye.